The first step I take if I were starting the Mediterranean diet this year is... Hey there, I'm Dr. Anna. I'm a medical doctor. I was trained in Italy, and on this channel, you're gonna learn how to master your health with the Mediterranean diet. Really quick, why do we like the Mediterranean diet? Well, people who follow this diet tend to live longer, have lower rates of common diseases like heart disease, diabetes, cancer, dementia, and tend to have very low rates of obesity. And if you're interested in these benefits, then this diet is definitely for you. And if you want, you can check out this video over here that goes a little deeper. But let's jump back to the topic. These are my 3 steps I would take if just starting out on the Mediterranean diet. Plus, at the end, I'm going to give you my bonus tip that is seriously going to benefit your health. So the first step I'd take when starting out on the Mediterranean diet is to pack my fridge with vegetables and fruits. Now, the Mediterranean diet is a plant-based diet, and that means you eat mostly plants. And this is really important for your health because vegetables and fruits are jam-packed with vitamins, minerals, and fiber, which is a very important component of food, essential for healthy digestion. It's also really important for blood glucose control. The nice thing about vegetables and fruits is they pack a lot of nutritional punch for a very low amount of calories, and they help you feel full longer. Another added benefit of all the fiber in vegetables and fruits is that it helps you absorb water, and it's been shown in research studies to help decrease your risk for colon cancer. And if this video has been useful for you so far, please subscribe. Join our community of healthy eaters where we swap recipe ideas, helpful tips, and a little bit of motivation. Step number 2, if I were starting the Mediterranean diet this year, is to buy more whole grains. I would pack my grocery list, my fridge, my pantry with whole grains like rice, quinoa, buckwheat, oats, spelt, you name it, because whole grains are a foundational component of the Mediterranean diet. This is a food that also packs a lot of nutritional punch and brings with it lots of fiber. One of the nice things about grains is that you can often buy it in bulk, so it tends to be kind of cheap food and it'll last on your shelf for a long time when it's in dried form. Grains are super versatile. You can literally eat them at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and they are so good for bulking out any kind of a meal, like a salad, making a grain bowl, or adding them to soups or stews. Step number 3, if I were starting the Mediterranean diet this year, I'd switch my protein from meat to fish at least once a week. Now, the Mediterranean diet is famous for its inclusion of lots of fish. That makes sense because the Mediterranean diet comes from the region surrounding the Mediterranean Sea, which is an area of the world where they eat lots of seafood. And seafood carries with it a lot of benefits for our health. Part of that is because of its high amounts of omega-3 fatty acids, which are linked to so many health benefits. Now, the nice thing about including more fish in your diet is that it will automatically help you decrease your meat intake. And we know that red meat consumption with its high amount of saturated fat has been linked to increased risks for things like heart disease and some types of cancer. Now, that's not to say that red meat is illegal in your diet. I'm not saying that, but definitely supporting the idea of eating a little bit more fish. A little added benefit of fish is that I would argue it's even easier to cook than meat and takes less time. Now, here's my bonus tip for you. When following the Mediterranean diet, you are going to be encouraged to consume a lot of olive oil. So one of the easiest ways to do that is to swap out butter for olive oil at least once a week in your diet. More if you can manage it. Why? Well, butter is really high in saturated fat, and we know that saturated fat is linked to heart disease, things like atherosclerosis and heart attacks and strokes. So the olive oil is going to provide you a lot of healthy fats, things like mono and polyunsaturated fatty acids. Now, how are you going to use olive oil in your diet? Anything you can think of. It's perfect as salad dressings, a marinade for vegetables, fish, meat. You can toss them in a fry pan to saute them, pop them in the oven to roast them or bake them. You name it, olive oil is delicious. Even something as simple as dipping bread into it. But to do this right, you really got to know which is the right type of olive oil to buy. And there are a lot of different types on the grocery shelf. So you're going to want to learn about which olive oil is the best to buy, and I got it for you in this video over here.